guys? This is David Pollack at SEC Media Days, and you're on SouthernPigskin.com.
David, you're obviously here at SEC Media Days, man. How's it going? Are you having fun?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of just talking to people, getting interviews, talking to the players, and figuring out this year and all the players that think they're going to be good. It's amazing. You talk to every team, every players, every coach, and I swear you could go, man, they're going to be good. Man, they're going to be good. It's tough kind of to decipher the coaches speak and the players speak.
What's it like being on the other end? You were obviously a big star at Georgia, multiple All-American. You answered questions. What's it like being in the media and kind of approaching it from that perspective?
Much different. Because some of the guys that drove you crazy, you still have to see. Some of the guys that asked some of the questions that you didn't necessarily care for. But no, I think you can fall on two sides. I mean, some guys you really liked, and they asked questions that were pertinent to football and that were relatable, and some guys just want to poke and prod. And I think just being the right person. But this is stealing money. This is ridiculous. I mean, you just get to talk about it as opposed to having to go through it and play it. It's a lot better on this side.
Alabama and Florida, obviously the big headliners in both divisions. They were here yesterday. Is that the way you see it, kind of Bama in the West, Florida in the East, or do you think there's maybe a sleeper team out there that can make a run?
I think Alabama's solidified in the West 100%, but Florida, I think they're going to have competition. I think Georgia will push Florida this year. I think they've got a lot of question marks to fill. Defensively, they lost a lot of guys, and once again, they lost a coordinator. We saw Dan Mullen leave the year before, and what happened? The offense struggled a little bit more than it had in the past. Charlie Strong was one of the best defensive coordinators in the country consistently, so I think that takes a hit. Georgia's going to have to see what they can do defensively, too. Todd Grantham comes in, new 3-4 defense, maybe brings he's going to bring a lot more heat, I promise you that. I spent about an hour and a half with him a couple weeks ago watching tape, and they're going blitz from every angle possible. So I think Georgia's definitely got a chance to get up there. South Carolina's going to have a chance, but it seems like I can't believe in South Carolina. Every single year they jump off that cliff at the end of the season, so I can't support them. But I think Florida will be challenged for the first time in a while.
And David, finally, I want to ask you about that 3-4 defense. Obviously, you had great success as a pass rusher. As a member of that defensive front seven, what's going to be the biggest transition or the biggest difference for some of those pass rushers, whether it be an outside linebacker or defensive end?
Well, I mean, just like Justin Houston, he's one of the best defensive ends in the SEC. Really, really good pass rusher. And now he's going to have to stand up, and he's going to have to convert and learn how to get to the flats. You're going to have to learn coverages for the first time. He doesn't know what cover 2 is. He doesn't know what cover 3 is. I mean, it's a lot tougher now as far as mentally. And mentally, from linebacker and defensive end is a big, big difference. But, I think it's going to be a fun defense to watch. I think it's going to be, Peyton Manning struggles with the 3-4 defense for a reason. There's so many moving parts. There's more athleticism on the field, and you can shift people around and move people around. So I don't think it hurts. Different philosophy, attack with Grantham. Willie Martinez was more sit back, top down, don't let anything big happen. And so it's going to be a little more fun to watch, I think.
Got one more question. We'll let you get back to radio. There's been some talk that Mark Richt may be on the hot seat. Is that crazy talk as a former player?
Absolutely crazy talk. Now listen, it's tough to say that when you look at Philip Fulmer and Tommy Tuberville and the success they had, and they got the boot. But he's got at least one more year. If he had a bad season this year, he'd still be there the next year. I mean, he's proven himself. He averages at least 10 wins a season. And this year with the schedule, South Carolina is always a tough game. Arkansas in the beginning. Once they get rid of those two teams, and if they can beat those guys, they'll be undefeated going to the cocktail party.
David, thanks so much, man.